Welcome and good evening. And here we are, Shakura World Spirit practitioners, healers and teachers are here with you tonight doing another Winter Solstice ritual for this time. I'm Blanche Blacke, and we welcome you, hoping that all is well, hoping that things are opening in positive ways, intending for great results. We're so blessed to be here and to have you here with us tonight. We're going to invite our practitioners one at a time to bring forth their guidance, wisdom, and ways in which to enrich our worlds during this time. First, we're going to have Joe Polise speak about the astrology of this time and how you can align with the energies of the cosmos to get the best results. Joe?
Thank you, Blanche. Hello, I'm Joseph Polise, and today I'm going to be discussing the solar eclipse of 2020, which occurred on December 21st, 2020, and that was at 6:22 p.m. GMT, Washington, D.C. There was another event that happened earlier in this month of December, which was a solar eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius, which rules higher education, travel, and philosophy, and pursuing your dreams on a broader scale. That also occurred several days before the solar eclipse, so I think they're kind of operating in a pair. Now, first off, the solar eclipses in astrology bring crisis. Crisis and a need for a change and adjustment that will augur in a new beginning. But they're very dramatic. Every time you see a solar eclipse occurring in the sky, it's very dramatic. It aspects something in your chart, meaning your sun, your moon, your ascendant, conjoining one of those placements, potentially. Then you're going to really have to deal with the energies head on. And the energies can feel stressful, but ultimately solar eclipses can bring good events into your life. Now, this last eclipse is a south node eclipse. Okay, south node, there's north node eclipses and south node eclipses, and the nodes are a point in the sky where the moon, path of the moon, and the path of the sun intersect. South node eclipses generally tend to bring loss on some level, or need to let go of something that has been causing you stress, or you know it's not going to work. Okay, but that's on a personal level. So this mid-December period could have been a little stressful for a lot of us because of the solar eclipse in Sagittarius. Okay, now the next thing about this particular eclipse is that there's a really big stress on Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. Jupiter-Saturn conjunction is what I'm going to discuss next. They're almost conjoined in Capricorn in this chart, but what this is saying is that the government is going to almost be disabled due to the fact that Jupiter-Saturn is in the 12th house of this eclipse chart. Or there are going to be many questions on what the failings and the flaws of the government are, because Jupiter signifies law, travel, and education, and Saturn represents the government and business. So how can the business of the government expand or contract? That's one of the issues of Jupiter-Saturn, and it's going to follow us into the next example that I'm talking about with this Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, which is, we call it an apocal conjunction because it happens only once every 20 years. Now, for instance, in 2001, there was an eclipse, there was a Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in the sign of Taurus. And this was right before 9/11. 9/11 changed our economy. And that's what Jupiter-Saturn conjunctions do every 20 years. They change the basis and focus of our economy. And they change the way we do business and the way we spend money, and in this case, the kind of money that we spend, okay? Previous Jupiter-Saturn conjunctions were in 1981 and 1962. Okay, 1961, 62. There was an assassination attempt in 1981 on, I think it was President Reagan, and in 1961, 62, John F. Kennedy. That was the precursor for that big crisis. So now in this particular Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, which occurs December 21st in 2020, 6:22 p.m. GMT, there is Uranus in Taurus, conjoining the ascendant in Washington. Okay, Uranus in Taurus conjoining the ascendant in Washington. That is square the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. When I say square, it means a challenging aspect to this economically challenging or changing conjunction. Uranus rules new ways of doing things, new ways of processing information, and spending money or making money. They're going to be banking, for instance. It comes under Taurus. So Uranus in Taurus represents revolutions or changes in banking, spending money, making money, like cryptocurrencies. All of these events, all of these factors are going to challenge or are going to be challenged by this new phase of the opening of our economy, along with 5G networks. 5G networks is very Uranian because it represents a massive amping up of our potential for computing. You know, the amount of information bits we can compute per second is going up dramatically, and we're going to be able to do a lot more. But there are also problems with this, these networks, potentially on the health of people who live near the towers. Blanche, do you have a question?
Yes. Can you talk a little bit about how we might, as individuals, deal with these energies in our personal worlds and what it means on a personal level for people?
Well, on a personal level, number one, I talked a little bit about that in the eclipse, and you know, only if it really hits your chart does it affect you on a personal level, but it tends to stress you out. Eclipses tend to make you feel stressed out. Although you need a change, if you try to avoid the change that's happening on a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse, which usually occurs either 2 weeks prior, 2 weeks after solar eclipse, then you're in for some challenging times, let's put it that way, okay? Because it demands change. With this Jupiter-Saturn conjunction and that square to Uranus, and by the way, the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in the chart for the actual merging of the two planets, it's in the 10th house of politics, business, worldly focus. And Uranus is in the first house of the personality, the identity of this energy. So the identity of this energy is very Uranian, it's very shocking, it's very changing. It can mean revolution in how we do business. And that could leave a lot of people disenfranchised. People who don't have the technological skills to advance in this new platform. And that happens every 20 years. There's a certain segment of people who feel disenfranchised or cut out of the new processes. So that you have to watch out for that, as well as the fact that government programs are going to be shrinking. Okay, especially right now with the partial government shutdown. That's an example of Jupiter-Saturn. Okay, they're no longer able to spend the kind of money that they need to spend in order to get out of the debt that's been created. This is a theme that's going to be repeating itself during this next 20-year cycle. And also the adoption of cryptocurrencies, the adoption of electronic currencies could be, a lot of people could be against it, but some people are going to be for it. And that could definitely affect everybody, you know, on the daily level. Yeah. You're no longer able to carry cash, but have to use electronic currency to buy their food and pay their rent or their other bills.
Wow. So can you talk a little bit about how your private sessions help people?
Well, in my private sessions, what I usually do here is intuitive tarot. I do mix it with astrology. I do astrological sessions also. The tarot sessions I like doing here because this is more of an energy center. So to put it simply, and I feel in these tarot readings, it's not in any way a fortune telling reading where you're looking at, is he going to marry me next month? You can operate it that way. It's more you're looking at a person and what they come to you with, an issue, a challenge, an opportunity, and helping to guide them through the the potential pitfalls, or see the the things that they're hitting in their face that are wonderful that they take advantage of. But it's generally operating from within the energies of that client, seeing where maybe they're giving their energy away in certain areas, like financially, and not able to manifest that business that they want, or romantically, or in their personal lives, denying certain attributes about themselves, and that's projected onto potential partners and lovers. Those are two examples, but that's the goal of the tarot reading, the tarot sessions, is to kind of access your personal energies and help to move that energy in a favorable and blessed manner.
Yeah. Thank you, Joe. Next up, we're having Lillian Irene Lovas. Good evening.
I'm Lillian, and I'm here to talk about the Christmas star, which Joe just referred to, the conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter, and also about the winter solstice. So the winter solstice began 4 a.m. Monday morning. So we are now at that point of winter. So we're in that winter. What does the solstice mean? What does winter mean? So we're in the season of deep reflection. Everything is still. Nature is still. Everything is buried in the cold, cold ground. And it's for us to take deep reflection. Sort of my metaphor is the deep reflections under the snows of your mind. So what is buried in your soul energy that needs to be meditated on? And winter provides that stillness, that quiet, going within. And we think of, nothing's blooming, and the ground is hard and things are, dormant. And so it's for us to be in that sense of going within. Sometimes it's so cold we don't want to get out of bed. Well, it's not that going within and staying under the covers, but being deeply reflective. And Saturn and Jupiter are asking us to be reflective too. Saturn is the old man. Saturn is that energy of, some people say live long and suffer, but it's karmic energy. And so we either learn from our karma, because that's what Saturn is. He's a teacher. He wants us to learn from what has happened, and how do I move from this event, or this experience that I had. And Jupiter is the teacher, another teacher. Jupiter is the Akash, where Saturn is Vayu, is air. And, when we think of winter, we think of cold air and windy air and snowy storms. Jupiter is the Akash. The Akash is the etheric realm, space, which holds all our reality. And, what was, what is, what will be. That's what Jupiter holds. And these two planets are the two largest gas planets in our solar system. And so they're coming about and meeting at this juncture, where it looks like they're kissing in the sky, this brilliant light. But they're not stars themselves. They are reflecting, like the moon. The moon reflects the sunlight. Saturn and Jupiter are reflecting light. And the last time they came together in this time of the year was in the 1600s. And some people allude to that. That's probably what the Star of Bethlehem was the conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. However, it's for us to think about, okay, what do I want to learn from my experiences? And not to be defined by failures or issues that, weren't working out well, but how do I move through it? And Jupiter is asking us to learn, to expand ourselves, because Jupiter is an expansive energy and is asking us to expand beyond our experiences and to finally, live from the soul level, be who you are called to be, and live from that state of mind. So it's just wonderful that these two planets are together in the solstice time, where we have this opportunity to deeply reflect. And, things are stressful. Yes. As Joe was explaining, that, these planets can cause a little stress in our lives and magnify things in our lives. But it's to put it out here and go within. Who am I wanting to be? Who am I needing to be with all this experiences in my life? Did you have any questions?
So, as we have this information about the planets and what they're doing, how do you feel it will impact people on a personal level?
It's some people, like Joe was saying, some people it will magnify the stress they're already feeling. And it's to understand, certain aspects in our lives are not in our control. And it's not to be defined by the ups and downs of the market, or, bad stormy weather, or, it's when something is out of our control, we need to again, go within and dive deep into the resources that you do have that make you move forward. It's, it's like thinking of winter. We planted maybe bulbs in the early winter for spring to bloom. We don't dig them up. We don't fret that they're going to not happen. We place them under the ground and we put them in this darkness, and nature takes its course. And so it's to allow ourselves to be in that natural state of being in the course of what are you called to do, and rather than being defined by chaotic expressions of what's going on around us.
Yeah, that's a very difficult thing. A lot of people don't really have a sense of inner purpose, or they get confused about what they should or shouldn't do, or how they should behave, or certain demands other people have on them.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you suggest in terms of what you have to offer individuals to help them with that?
Because certainly Jupiter is Dharma, and Dharma is our purpose, and is finding our purpose. And each one of us inherently knows it, but we put it aside because we think we should be somebody else or something else, or we'll find the answer out here somewhere. And it's really inside. And that's what winter is calling for us, to dive deep inside. So my sessions, I open up the Akashic Records. And the Akashic Records is this very healing energy space that allows us to tap into what our soul is asking of us, because Akashic Record readings are soul readings, and your soul has a signature vibration that's carried through time, and it calls you to express yourself in particular ways. And sometimes we think, oh, that's silly, I shouldn't pay attention to that, or it's like I have to be, live up to somebody's expectation of me, and you have to live up to the expectations of yourself, because deep inside your heart calls you and really expresses it in various ways. And I help in sessions point that out and give you exercises to make that more real in your life. And certainly journal during this time.
Awesome.
Because getting that talk out of your head and onto a piece of paper you get to get it out in reality.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lillian.
Thank you.
Next, we have Earl Maupins to present a crystal grid for this particular energy, and this grid can help us in many ways. Earl?
Good evening, everybody. My previous colleagues here have talked about all the things that are going on in terms of with this new session with the astrological changes and so forth. And this grid is really, really based on that. But the one thing that I need to tell you is that even during this time, one of the major things to do is you really need to have a piece of grounding stone with you throughout this period. This whole next year, you really going to need to have something that protection for all kinds of energy, because the negative energy that this astrological, session that's going on now needs to protect yourself. Even though there's going to be all kinds of good things that comes out of this, there's this time where there's always going to be this process of So
can you give a couple of examples of what those grounding stones might be for people who are new?
Yeah, the grounding stones are smoky quartz. You can use also hematite. You can use black tourmaline. Those are all good grounding stones. And they're also ones that deflect negative energy. So carrying one of those with you at all times during this, in fact, for this rest of the next 2021.
Or wearing them.
Or wearing them
jewelry.
could be, yeah. So, but some people, either way, wearing them or carrying them in some way about you on your body would be a great thing for helping move your energy level out for this year. Okay.
Right.
So we've chosen. I've chosen the stones for this time. They are selenite. They are moonstone, labradorite, smoky quartz, and clear quartz. Okay. So, and all these stones should be purchased in threes, except for selenite. Okay. Selenite is the only stone that, for this grid, the selenite goes in the middle of the grid. Now, normally I would use a grid, which is a flower of life grid. But you can just place the stones as you need. The first thing you want to do is stones. Any stones that you've collected, I'm presuming that these stones you have collected for yourself, and that they are being cleansed first. So you clean them and they're ready for you to use. Okay. So once you have all these stones collected, moonstone, selenite, labradorite, clear quartz crystal, and smoky quartz, and each one I'll bring up shortly here and show you. Once you grab them, you want to take each one of them and you want to bring them up. So first you want to bring up the selenite to your third eye. This is selenite. And you want to connect to that energy. You take a little time to connect to that energy. The next stones you want to bring up to yourself, all three of your moonstones to your third eye, so you can electively connect to that energy of those stones. Next would be labradorite. So you want to connect to the labradorite, all three of the stones, and to your third eye. The smoky quartz, likewise, to your third eye. Okay. And the clear quartz to your third eye. Okay.
Which is
here, right here. So the major thing, when you bring those stones up to the ritual you want to do, when you bring those stones up to your third eye, you want to acknowledge the things that you want to accomplish for the year, the things that you want to move away from, the things that you want to, what is the things that you really want to manifest, and that things you want to. The ideal way to do that is before doing this, you want to write all those down on a piece. So you'd say, well, the things I want to accomplish for this next coming, 6 months, a year, 3 months, even 3 months. This is what I want to do. And you want to do the same thing. You want to do the same thing with them, and write down what kinds of things that you want to move out of your energy, force. And so you want to do both of those, all that, and write it down. And once you've written them down, that's when you again bring the stones up to your third eye, and say that whatever that intention is that you want, and put them back down. Once you place them all into the circle, and with that idea, with them all being there, then this is when you can actually take the time and actually sit and meditate with the stones. Each one of these stones, each one of these stones connect. You'll note that the selenite and the moonstone and the labradorite are all stones that are very well connected to the energy level of the cosmos. They all have that elusiveness of connecting to that third and bringing forth that light. And especially the selenite. Selenite's so great for that. Selenite's even great for cutting cards and so forth. So you want those stones brought up to and making that for you. So they have that ability. And then the smoky quartz is great for that grounding part, and also getting rid of all the negative energy that you need to do. And then the high essence of this thing is the clear quartz. The clear quartz is there to enhance the energy of this grid. It just multiplies it, all those things. So all those things that you want to move out, and all those things you want to bring in and manifest, it moves them out quickly and clears them and brings in that energy that you want to bring that you want to manifest, to bring forth for this upcoming times. So each one of these are there.
So you would make an intention, connect with the stones with your third eye by placing them right in your third eye, which is right in the middle of the forehead there, and then place them in the design of the grid that we've just seen. And with those intentions, do a meditation. Is that how we practice this?
That is correct.
Good. So Earl, do you want to talk a little bit about your crystal healing sessions, or how in ways in which you can help people with their personal grids?
Well, normally the things I do is I do Reiki and also do Akashic records. And in both of those things, I often bring stones in it, particularly with laying my hands, with using my hands in my Reiki things. I often will incorporate crystals in that process. And depending on what energy is flowing is then what those crystals that I end up choosing. Sometimes I don't choose any crystals at all, but the majority of the time there's a sort of energy that comes forth that wants me to choose the crystals for the time, so that I will choose those crystals for that particular chakra that I'm scanning, doing my Reiki, and those crystals I will apply to that thing. So it helps to move that energy a little bit faster than sometimes that Reiki does. Sometimes I don't need to do that. It depends, but most of the time I need to move the energy. And when I'm wanting to move the energy, I'll use the crystals that help with the Reiki.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of people have been asking about how virtual or phone sessions work. I know I just noticed on my phone the other day that you can actually make a video call right on the new, I don't know if it's new to 5G or just the upgraded phones. But how does a phone session, how can that help someone if you're not even in the same room?
Well, in the phone sessions, and I haven't done the virtual ones, but the phone sessions, I often do distance Reiki.
Mm-hmm.
And so that I can connect to the energy. I usually incorporate myself and get a sense of visually where that person is presently, okay, in their energy when we engage on the telephone. I usually then have them usually lie on the floor, on the couch, or someplace that's comfortable for them. And then I scan their body through the session and I tell them, this is where my hands are moving now.
Mm-hmm.
So as I move my hands across, I scan the session, and then I start the Reiki session with moving at the top of the head and moving down through those chakra healing. And sometimes I don't do a phone. Normally, doing a phone session, I'm not doing all the chakras. I'm connecting to the chakras that are having the most difficulty, that are causing that person energy level to not flow in the way that it needs to flow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Great.
Mhm.
Great. Thank you, Earl.
Mhm.
Thank you very much. We're going to just take a little look at this grid just one more time here and show you that. And then, of course, we have the, there we go. We have the clear quartz here. I'm gonna turn it around. Clear quartz here. And these are the labradorites and the selenite.
Selenite.
There we go. That's how to put them in the grid form. So is this a circle around there?
It's sort of a circle. The flower life is really a circle, like it's a multiple circles, and you can usually find them online. Actually, we should probably publish one of them on our line here.
Yeah.
But as you can see, a circle life, and they just fit in that way. We might want to present this on one of our things to show them where they're placed and so forth.
All right.
To do that. Okay.
Great. Thank you, Earl. Thank you very much for being part of our Winter Solstice connecting tonight. Thank you. Next, we have Althea Watson. She's one of the newest members, the newest colleagues here, but certainly not unexperienced. She's been doing this work for, did you say 30 years, Althea?
I would say over 20, almost 30, yes. Hi.
Yeah.
And what I want to talk about is how to work with candle ritual in a way you might not have done before. Because what I've noticed is when we engage our mind, our emotions, our body, our spirit, and our chakra system, our energy, when we align that, that's when, oh my gosh, we move our own mountains. We have awarenesses, we have healings, we change, we have epiphany. And so I want to show you how to do that by working with symbols. Now, the difference between a symbol and a sign is instructional. It's stop sign, yield sign, produce signs. We look at them, it gives us direction, but we don't engage in feeling. When we work with symbols, symbols touch us. They touch our soul. They touch our spirit. They touch every part of our 5 aspects that I just talked about. So what you want to do is look at, you have so many choices too, archetypical symbols, dream symbols that affect our collective unconscious and our unconscious and our collective consciousness, aside from all aspects of ourself. All the major arcana cards in the tarot are archetypical symbols. That's why we work with reading them. There's a resonance from these cards that we feel and can experience. So what you're going to do, let's say you want to work at manifesting and you want to work on grounding. So the Magician might be the card you might pick. You have to pick something that engages you, that you feel. And so you would look at this and get the image. So how do you get that on this size candle? Easy. We're holograms. You will take something from this card to carve. I use like a toothpick or a paper clip because you don't want to gouge out the candle, but you're drawing a line. You're taking this image and putting it on the candle, the essences of it, the resonance of it. And so if you want to use the infinity sign or just a line for the arm or for another of the cards, you could find something, maybe a half circle, maybe the dress working with a water symbol. So you can also make your own symbols. And how you do this, pick something you love. Like, I'm a bird watcher. I love birds. I just love them. And my heart just opens. If I'm at the beach and I see these little bird prints, oh my God, it's just the cutest. So I can use the footprint in the sand on the candle of a bird. Now, that's good for the root chakra because it's grounding. The trail of the bird feet, the bird's in action. And when something comes towards the bird that it doesn't like, it will fly, it will rise above whatever it doesn't want to be around. It goes on and it sings and has a beautiful song. And so that's what I want on my candle is a bird foot, and you can do any kind of drawing that you want. This is my example of bird foot. And I don't even have to do the 3 little prongs. I can just do one line. It's a hologram. The image gets on the candle. So you want to work your way up through every single chakra. Now, I get calls all the time from people that say, I'm blocked. I don't know what it is. Well, okay, that's great. So we want to go from the unconscious to the conscious. Well, I also love to cook, as you can see, and eat. So an egg, if you take an egg and crack it, it goes from holding something that you don't see to, oh my gosh, this egg. Wow, I can work with that. You can make whatever it is that sings for your heart. Like there's a wonderful haiku that goes, full moon, the tadpole bursts through. So you want something from the unconscious to the conscious, bursts through. So think of this image, this lagoon, this little tadpole underneath the surface of the water. It's hidden. And all of a sudden it pops up. And it pops up in the reflection of the full moon on the surface of the water. Wow. From unconscious to conscious. And it's in the light. Oh my gosh. Great image. So that's going to go in my second chakra. And then you work with every single chakra. And once you finish working on all your chakras, and you can use the same image for everything. Like for a bird image, I can use my throat chakra, this bird song, my will, the bird making a nest. That's also second chakra. You can fill in all the chakras with one image, or you can get several and put them on the candle. What you want to do then is just hold the candle, image what you just chose as your images to help you reinforce and support the change in awareness you want to create. And then you say, and I call forth my spirit, all 5 senses, all 5 aspects to engage in this. And I want to permeate this essence in my home, because most of the time we burn candles in our home. So we want to just resonate and live with this symbol so we can just get the understanding, consciousness, and awareness that we want for ourselves, for our personal awareness and our healing. So then I always think it's best to keep it in something, put it in the container, and you light the candle. And there you go. You've got a candle ritual where you've engaged your mind, body, emotions, spirit, and chakra system, energetic system.
Wonderful. Thank you, Althea. Can you talk a little bit about the chakra healing sessions and other sessions you do here at the shop?
Sure, but can I just say, this is my favorite size candle for this ritual. You don't need big ones. If you want big ones, you can have them, but you can buy them here at the chakra shop, and they have every single color of the chakras. There's red for root chakra. There's blue for the throat chakra. Every chakra color in this size candle is sold at the chakra shop. Just saying. So what I do, it's my favorite place. So what I do is I work with alignment of the chakra system. I do an assessment of what I see, images I see, and how it pertains to what the intent is that the client has when they come to see me. So what do you want to work on? What is your purpose? What's your intent? What do you want to become aware of? What do you want to release? So it's not with you in the same way as it was. So that's what I do with that. And then I work with balancing the chakra system. And I have energy that goes through me. I have my degrees in Reiki, but I also have I work with universal energy that comes through me to move blocks. Crystals I also incorporate because crystals, the energy moves blocks. Sound moves blocks because it's vibration. So working with any kind of vibratory tool to help align the chakras and to move the blocked energy out. I also do readings, and I work with psychometry, which is working with holding an object. I work with signatures a lot. And what you can do is get information about the person or information about an object connected to the person. I also work as a medium. Let's see, what else? I think that covers a lot of it.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Althea.
Thank you.
So here we are with some great, informative, enriching information and practices that we can do to aid our spiritual evolution, our raising of consciousness, our meeting the challenges of the physical world with our great spiritual energy. Yes, we can align with Source. We can align with our own good intentions. We can align with the love we have in our hearts, for ourselves, for our friends, our family, those we love. We can bring in the light. One of the things we need to remember before we do any of these spiritual practices is to be comfortable bringing in the white light in through the top of the head, filling the body with light, and calling for only the most positive energy that can influence us now. What we're going to do right now is go through the chakra system using sound, the singing bowls, vocal sounds, and great intentions. After hearing all the planetary aspects that are affecting us in an astrological way, this current time-space reality, we get hit by the energies of these planets. They vibrate light into our chakra system for each one of us to process and expand and grow and have things be better. Our challenges are designed to make a better world, and not as the Saturn energy of suffering, but that constriction, that discipline, that, sometimes it feels like, wow, I'm being pushed against the wall with all these changes. And how do I reground myself? How do I center myself? And sound and good intentions are great ways to realign and recenter ourselves. So we're going to start off with the first chakra. I have a selection of singing bowls here. And the other day when we did this ritual the first time, the first chakra bowl is broken, and I played it and it made a really funny sound. And it led me to bring forth some information about many of the people that I've been seeing in private sessions of chakra analysis and healing. And for the first time, I've been doing this work 25 years. For the first time, everyone's first chakra is vibrating like that. So this sense of the world is shaking from under our feet is a feeling that many of us have. All these changes. What am I going to do now? What are they going to do now? What new rules are going to be put upon me? And the constriction of other people and the ways in which we need to negotiate our physical world is very challenging. So as Earl suggested, we should all have a grounding stone to either wear on our wrist, put in our pocket, have a ring, something along the first chakra level to ground us. So right here, this is a red singing bowl. It's one for the first chakra. So you want to relax and breathe. Imagine the color red going into the base of the spine. and meditate on the intention, I am safe no matter what. I am safe no matter what. I have all that I need and then some extra. I have all that I need and then some extra. Filling our consciousness with that thought and feeling and sound to reinforce that new idea into the base chakra. I'm safe no matter what, and I have all that I need, and then some extra. We want to move up our chakra system to second chakra. That's our energy of creativity, ideas, passion, and oh, what's happened to passion? Oh, fear totally kills passion. So there's a wonderful stone, and we probably have a few left, called tangerine lumarian. I've not seen it until this April, for the first time in 15 years of doing this work. So tangerine lumarian releases fear and enhances passion. And so the sound for the second chakra can also access that vibrational frequency of ideas, creativity, and passion. You want to breathe in the color orange. Oh. Declaring, challenges cause new ideas, and I get inspired. Oh, challenges cause new ideas, and I get inspired. Moving up to third chakra, that's our energy of confidence, willpower, and purpose. Having the will to take action on our desires, choosing to have confidence about what we're doing. Om. It's a sound Om. I want to have the courage to act towards my dreams and desires. I want the courage to act towards my dreams and desires. And we have our fourth chakra singing bowl. Our fourth chakra singing bowl is the color green, and the green is the color, the healing vibration of our heart chakra, and our heart, the love energy, the lungs and the heart. This area of our body is the one being challenged most. And it occurs to me that what's happening is that our species is raising in vibrational levels, and we've raised to the heart chakra level now. And so being in love, loving ourselves, loving our life, loving others, being in the vibration of love will allow the fear to dissipate and will assist our immune system in being strong. The sound is ah. 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 I love my life. Ah. I love my life, and I want to be here. Ah. I love my life, and I want to be here. Now, some of you might have a difficulty saying that because, nothing's perfect, and there's always something going on that will cause us to feel upset or frustrated or fearful or suffering. And so what we want to do then is to choose something, anything, a person, a thing, an activity that we absolutely love, and allow the joy of that love to be our focus, and put into the background any of the other things that we're afraid of or are troubling us. We want to be positive in this love. Ah, I love my life. Ah. Yay, so we're going up to 5th chakra. That's our energy of truth. Living our truth, speaking our truth, being in perfect timing with what is, being present. 5th chakra is being present and communicating from the present moment. So many of us are stuck in the past or fearful of the future, and being present to the joy that's here, right now, is a wonderful way to build our strength, our health and well-being, and have more joy. The sound is ooh. I want to know my own truth. And be present in joy. I want to know my own truth and be present in joy. 6th chakra, that's our intuition energy right at the 3rd eye. It's the place where we image our dreams and desires, and then the cosmos sends us the impulses on what to do when. We actually never have to figure anything out about the future or make any plan at all. Now, some of you might think this is kind of odd, but we dream and desire what we want, and then the ideas and the ways and means come to us through our 3rd eye. So that color is purple. The sound is I want my intuition to be strong. I want my intuition to be strong. And I always want to know what to do in my highest good. I always want to know what to do that's in my highest good. We go up to 7th chakra. That's the bright white light of all the energies of the cosmos, our trust, our faith, connecting to a higher source. Source energy is there to give us what we want. So we never have to lack, we never have to fear. We focus and dream and desire of what we're wanting. And the source energy comes in, all in good timing. So we want to focus on that good timing. And that's I call it the mother of pearl energy that comes in through the crown chakra. The sound is E. I want to trust a higher power is always helping me. I want to trust a higher power is always helping me. I can go with the flow and allow the universe to provide. Using sound, intention, good ideas, journaling, burning a candle, and meditating, placing the grid of crystals and allowing the crystal kingdom to help us move towards positive circumstances and attracting positive results during this time of change. We need to love more and fear less. Love our own life, love ourselves, love our loved ones, love strangers. Kind of difficult with all these masks on, right? We don't want to get next to each other or close to each other, and it goes contrary to human nature and our desire to connect with one another. Feel the love. Celebrate this holiday season as best you can in the ways that you can, and allow these rituals to empower you. Thank you for being here with us. We're here at the Chakra Shop. I'm Blanche Blacke, and I've been doing spiritual healing for individuals and teaching groups for 25 years. This is my 25th anniversary this year, and it seems like yesterday when I first started doing this work, and feel very, very grateful and blessed to be able to help others and to allow this positive energy to make my world better. Here at the Chakra Shop, I do chakra analysis and energy healing, spiritual journeys, mediumship, past life regression, core belief repatterning. I'm here and available by the phone, virtually, and in person with masks protecting. Thank you. We are here tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Christmas Eve until 6 p.m., closed Christmas Day, and open again this weekend. Good blessings. Namaste.